This video features highly realistic holophonic sound. For optimal enjoyment, it is recommended to use earphones or headphones. Hi, I'm Max. As a fresh graduate, I found myself in search of a place to stay. Little did I know, the boarding house I chose held secrets beyond my imagination. Meeting the landlady sent shivers down my spine. Her smile seemed warm, but her eyes held a darkness I couldn't quite place. Entering my room, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The creaking floors and peeling wallpaper only added to the eerie atmosphere. While unpacking, a framed photograph crashed to the ground, leaving me shaken and unsettled. Night fell, and the shadows seemed to dance with a life of their own. I lay awake, haunted by strange sounds echoing through the halls. Curiosity got the better of me, and I ventured out into the darkness to investigate. But what I found was beyond my worst nightmares. Heart pounding, I fled the boarding house, the echoes of sinister laughter following me into the night. Looking back at the now shrouded boarding house, I realized the lesson learned sometimes. The places we least expect can hold the darkest secrets. Trust your instincts and never ignore the signs of danger. So I decided to leave the boarding house. Months passed since my escape from that haunted boarding house, but the memories lingered like a persistent fog in my mind. Unable to shake the feeling of unease, I found myself drawn back to the place that had become my personal nightmare. As I approached the boarding house, the familiar dread returned. The landlady's gaze met mine with an unsettling recognition, as if she knew the secrets I harbored within. Stepping into the room that once imprisoned me, I felt a chill creep up my spine. The air was heavy with the weight of the past, and I knew I had to confront the horrors that awaited. Unpacking my belongings felt like reopening old wounds. Each item held a memory, a reminder of the terror that had consumed me during my previous stay. As night descended, the boarding house transformed into a realm of darkness and despair. Shadows danced on the walls, whispering secrets of forgotten tragedies. Driven by a desperate need for answers, I embarked on a daring investigation, determined to uncover the truth behind the sinister forces that lurked within the boarding house's walls. In the heart of darkness, I stumbled upon a revelation that shattered everything I thought I knew. The sinister presence that haunted the boarding house was far more ancient and malevolent than I could have ever imagined. With horror coursing through my veins, I knew I had to escape once again. But this time the darkness would not let me go so easily. Fleeing into the night, I left behind the cursed boarding house, knowing that some secrets are better left buried. As dawn broke on the horizon, I vowed never to return, lest I become another victim of its insidious grasp. But still, I stayed because that time I don't know where to go. Years drifted by, yet the memory of that dark-cursed boarding house remained etched in the recesses of my mind like a scar that refused to fade. Despite my best efforts to move on, the specter of the past continued to haunt my every waking moment. A chance encounter led me back to the town where the boarding house stood, its presence looming on the outskirts like a dark omen. Curiosity mingled with dread as I approached the once familiar gates, now weathered and worn with time. Entering the boarding house once more felt like stepping into the heart of darkness itself. The air was heavy with the weight of forgotten sins, and I could feel the malevolent energy pulsating through the walls. unfolding my suitcase, I hesitated before unpacking, fearing what memories lay dormant within its depths. Every item held a piece of the past, a fragment of the nightmare I had tried so desperately to forget. Night descended like a shroud, casting the boarding house into a realm of shadow and silence. Yet, amidst the darkness, I sensed a stirring, a whisper of something ancient and hungering. Driven by a need to confront the demons of my past, I embarked on a perilous journey through the labyrinthine halls of the boarding house, each step fraught with uncertainty and dread. In the depths of the night, I stumbled upon a revelation so profound it shook me to my core. The true nature of the boarding house and its dark purpose were finally laid bare before me, a truth more horrifying than anything I had dared to imagine. With a sense of grim determination, I knew that escape was the only option. But as I fled the boarding house's clutches for the final time, I could feel its malevolent presence lingering in the shadows, a reminder that some nightmares never truly end. As I drove away from that cursed place, I vowed to leave the past behind me once and for all. Yet deep down I knew that the boarding house would always remain a part of me, a dark chapter in the story of my life that could never be erased. For in the end, I realized that the true horror lay not in the boarding house itself, but in the darkness that dwelled within me. And though the scars may never fully heal, I carry with me the knowledge that redemption is always within reach, if only we have the courage to confront our demons and face the truth. And the big question on my mind is, why keep going back on that boarding house?